Hello kids, and welcome to Cate's Craft Corner. No, not really, but kind of really, because today we are making all kinds of Thanksgiving centerpieces using pumpkins and gourds. Let's dive in. So I thought I would show you guys what I'm working with in terms of DIY art project supplies. So I've got my pumpkins over here that I'm going to decorate to make Thanksgiving centerpieces. I've got my corn husks that I picked up from the corn maze at the apple orchard. I've got some leaves that have changed color and fallen to the ground. Picked up some pine cones off the ground as well. I got a new brush kit and some stenciling brushes because I have these amazing stencils that I'm really excited about that I got from Michael's. So we're gonna make some maple leaves, some wildflowers, and I got this one because I really like the feather. So I can stencil onto the pumpkins as well with some paint. I am gonna get some Gorilla Glue adhesive spray from Walmart so that I can stick this stuff to the pumpkins as well. And I'm gonna do that today. And then, yeah, we can start putting these pumpkins together and making them artistic. First of all, look at all of my amazing gourds that I found today at Walmart. Oh my gosh, they're bumpy and lumpy and so cool. I can't wait to use them as part of my centerpiece project. But basically, what I want to show you guys is how I'm inspired to use these pumpkins from this Country Living magazine. And if we dive into the spread of the magazine, if I can get it open, you can see even more ideas. So it's called Fresh Off the Vine. And then here they have a whole bunch of painted pumpkins using stencils. So I absolutely loved the look of that and wanted to incorporate it. So I got stencils and I'll be doing an example of those. These are really cool too with the berry crowns. I'm not gonna do those, but I'm definitely doing these. So these are white pumpkins and they have fern fronds adhered to them. I absolutely love the look, but I couldn't find a white pumpkin, and they do exist. I just didn't want to go running around town for one pumpkin. So I found this pumpkin that I love, and I love how it has all these kind of bumps and lumps on it and how it's imperfect. And I have a lot of this vintage white acrylic paint left from when I was painting. So I'm just gonna do a couple of coats on this guy, paint it white, and then get some fern fronds and adhere them using this Gorilla Glue adhesive spray. So I'll spray the back of the ferns and adhere them to this pumpkin when he's dry. So that's what we'll start with. And then after that, when the first coat of this guy is drying, I'm gonna move on to other pumpkins that I'm gonna keep orange, but then stencil on with my stencil brushes some browns and neutral colors of paint. Okay, let's dive in. Okay, so this guy has 2 coats of vintage white on him and he's looking pretty good. I think he could use a 3rd coat though, so while he dries thoroughly, I'm gonna break into my other paints, break open my stencils, and start in on this guy. okay, but it's not turning out as well as I hoped, because it turns out the stencil is meant to do flat surfaces, so it doesn't really wrap the hard plastic around a spherical object. So I'm gonna persevere and finish this pumpkin in my brown and beige shaded leaves, and if it looks okay, I'm gonna keep it. If not, I'm gonna cover it with some real leaves, which I'm actually gonna go out and pick now. So let's head to the park and find some pine cones and some leaves. Back from the park with my full-on nature haul. I have leaves of all colors, shapes, and sizes, and I have fern fronds to put on my white pumpkin, and I even have a bag full of pine cones if I want to make a crown or spiky hair out of pine cones. And then this guy is looking good. He's ready for his third and final coat before I can start putting on the fern fronds. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, I have to admit, I'm a little bit impressed with myself because this is such a cool way to decorate a pumpkin. The fern leaves look so cool, and while it was a little bit challenging to get the adhesive off my fingers, it was well worth it. I even found some fern fronds that have some yellow in them, and on the other side, if I can turn this around, they've got some red bits where they're starting to change color. I just really, really like the look of it. So I'm gonna let the adhesive dry. And while I do that, I'm gonna go for this big pumpkin over here, and I'm gonna try to use the adhesive as well to attach the corn husks. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so right now it might look like an upside down spider, but I'm trying to adhere the corn husks to the pumpkin, and I'm starting at the bottom, so it's sort of working, but the husks are not as pliable as I would like. So I'm hoping I can layer them up where they come up kind of all the way and cover the pumpkin in them, but I am running low, so I don't think I have enough. I might have to get some more just to cover all of the orange, or I might fill some in with some leaves. We'll see. So I just had enough corn husks to do the full pumpkin, and I think it looks really cool the way it's turned out, kind of like a scarecrow's head, but I am covered in adhesive from doing this pumpkin, and I'm just gonna give you a round about view. But yeah, this is what my corn husk pumpkin looks like. I think he's pretty cool. All right, you guys, so I am finished my pumpkin art and I'm so excited to show you the results. So starting over here, you'll see my fern pumpkin that I painted antique white. Then I adhered all the ferns with Gorilla Glue. And I've just decorated with some gourds and an ochre tablecloth for fall. In the middle, we have my corn husk pumpkin, and he's the biggest guy, so he's in the middle. And then on the end, we have my mom's favorite. So this is the one I'll probably take to her place to have for Thanksgiving dinner in the center of the table, the stenciled leaf art. And I gave her a pine cone crown because she's a queen. Yeah, so that is my setup for my Thanksgiving pumpkin art. I think it all turned out really well. The stencils were inexpensive, so was the paint, and then all the nature was free. I suggest you give it a try. Have fun.